Be honest, would you rather eat kibbles and bits surprise or meat and vegetables and rice? I just made 120 pounds of dog food for 75 cents a pound. That's almost as cheap as the absolute cheapest dog food on the market. I picked up 26 pounds of chicken. 2 of them were marked down manager specials. I was hoping my grinder would grind the bones, and it did with no problem. With 26 pounds, one time it binded, and I just hit the reverse switch and then went back to forward, and I went through 26 pounds of bone-in chicken with really no problem. I ground it twice, and there are just no chunks in there anywhere near the size of a dog food chunk, so the dog should have no problem. And after pressure cooking, they'll be pretty soft. If you have an old grinder and you're afraid it might not go through the bones, but you want to use the bones, maybe try the split chicken breasts, because those bones are a lot smaller than the legs. A good way to make this as affordable as possible is to ask the butcher, hey, is there any meat that needs to go soon that I can get a deal on? And the trick is to take it home, process it, and throw it in the freezer. If you throw it in the freezer before the expiration date, then it should be just fine, and then you thaw it out and feed it to the dogs. I'm not telling you how to make dog food for your dogs. It's easy to Google and see exactly what kind of portions you should use and whatnot. But it's not rocket science. Dogs have been eating for thousands of years. And as long as you don't do something bizarre, they'll probably be fine. And yeah, I'm just cutting up some chicken. I've got rice that's in the root cellar. I've got lentils and beans and peas. And, you know, you just don't want to give them a 90% rice diet with just a touch of meat or something like that. I'm actually going pretty meat heavy and bean heavy. And use what's available to you to make it affordable to feed your dogs high quality food. The most difficult part with all this bone-in chicken is cutting it, and so you want a big old bone crusher knife like the one you can see there. And you want to be very careful to keep your finger behind the safety guard, and don't let it slip. Don't get carried away, because you could easily cut yourself. You want to be real careful as you're cutting through the bone. So these are split chicken breasts, and so each piece is loaded with rib cage and cartilage, and you can see it just goes right through the grinder. Online, I read that they recommend you feed 2 to 3% of your dog's body weight, and I had a friend tell me you should use 3 to 4% of the dog's body weight. Well, don't worry about it too much. You know, use those guidelines and then monitor your dogs. Are they putting on weight at the end of 7 days? If not, then you put them on a little bit of a diet on accident, and now you can up their intake. This cleans up real easy if you just pull it apart and clean it right away, and it'll store away. Not a sponsored video. I've been using this thing for years, but I do have an affiliate link, and I'll put one down below if you want to check that out. I ran down in the root cellar and I grabbed, I've got 11 pounds of rice, 6 pounds of lentils, 7 pounds of pinto beans, 21 pounds of yellow and green split peas, and 10 pounds of mixed beans. in addition to the 26 pounds of meat. That's 81 pounds total, and 55 pounds of it is rice and beans and peas, and 26 pounds of it is just pure bone-in chicken. Part of being a frugal homesteader is using what you have, and I've got a Presto canner, so I used it as a pressure cooker, which sped the process up. I cooked the 26 pounds of chicken separately, and then had to move it to another container. And soon I realized I needed another container, and like I said, I use what I've got. So I ended up using an ice chest and a water chest, and I kept all of the broth and used the broth to cook the dry goods so that it would continue to saturate all of that nutrient-dense broth. I kind of want to keep this broth to cook everything in, just so it absorbs even more nutrients, but then I need another whole container. Actually, I'll just dump this in and then pour the liquid back. Oh, it's heavy. I just know someone's going to be real angry that the bottom of my Presto canner is black, but when I moved off grid, I didn't have a regular oven, and so I cooked on top of fire, and it worked just fine for me, and I cleaned it up, and it still works just fine. So that's part of living off grid sometimes, using what you got. I had a big spoon somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. No, not yet. Hold on. Okay, now we'll put the liquid back. We can use this. Go sit down, guys. Use this to filter it through. Might work. Oh hell, there's a, it'd probably plug the nozzle though, right? Use the nozzle at the bottom. Oh, I messed up. Move. It's too hot. This is the most meat or vegetables I've ever prepared in my life, and I ended up having to crack the door. I've got a heat pump upstairs and downstairs, so I turned the one upstairs on dehumidify and then left the air conditioning on down below, because otherwise there was so much humidity in the air that the downstairs heat pump actually froze over once, and I had to thaw it out and set up a process to keep things going. How good? Come here, Steve. Get peace on the ground. Okay, go sit. Go. One. Go. Come here, Mal. Malleus. Go. Malleus. Good boy, Mal. Malleus. Here you go. Here you go, Mal. Malleus. Good boy. There you go. Try to share it for them equally. There we go. Now that bone broth will absorb into the grains and the vegetables. Okay, we'll put this back up. No, okay. It's funny how sore I was last night, and I still woke up sore this morning. I'll use other stuff. Okay, move, guys. Go on. Go. Okay, this is pinto beans. Oh, it's a bean mixture. There's some kind of mixture in here. 5 pounds. And I can just reuse these Mylar bags to bag the dog food and put it in the freezer. This is more beans. I'm gonna mix it up first. This is split peas. I make a lot of rice, and so I just made sure to fill the water up about 2 or 3 inches above the dried goods. Watch out, guys. Go, go, go. Here's rice. 7 pounds. I wound up doing the meat and then 2 more batches for the dried goods. This is, I packaged all this in 2023. So this is a good way to put to use your food storage. A lot of people think food storage has to be boring, but if you use stuff and cook with it like flour and rice and beans constantly, it's always mixed in, then you can just rotate your storage constantly. And when you go grocery shopping, you just buy another 10, 20 pounds of rice and then put that in the root cellar to be used last and cycle it through. So we got, oh, here's 6 pounds of lentils. We're gonna cook it all anyway, but I think we're gonna have to do 2. We're gonna have to do 2 loads here. Okay, go on, go. Holy smokes. I'm gonna need to get a stick. Yeah, I think some more water. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's about half and half. What did we just put in there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 4 or 5 bags. So we'll just do that again. We'll do that twice, and then we'll have 81 pounds of dog food. Is already 76 pounds, and I still got about 25 pounds of dry goods to add. Mama cat. It was funny to see her say, well, this isn't regular cat food, but as soon as she finally sampled it, she just ate this down real quick. So we're up to 90 pounds on here, 40 pounds here, and each of these containers is about 6 pounds. So we're looking at 118 pounds. We could probably just call it 120, right, to make things easy. 120 pounds of dog food here. Meat, rice, beans, peas, lentils. Really good food. And so they should be getting about 2 to 3% of their body weight per day in food. After I made their food, I made me some food, and I thought it was kind of funny because it's almost the same exact kind of food. I love to eat rice and meat, and I've lost 160 pounds. I'm in the best shape of my life, really. Just about, I would say. And why not feed the dogs the same way? Malleus, he's been having an ear infection. I was treating it. Doesn't seem to, it went away, it comes back. And then Helga always has gut problems. I deworm them all the time, and I read that it could be the dog food. And so I'm giving it a try. I just whipped up 120 pounds of dog food for almost half the price that it cost me to buy the dog food anyway. And so why not give it a shot to feed them real high quality rice, vegetables, meat every day, and see how that goes, and see if maybe Mal doesn't have an ear infection, and maybe Helga won't have any stomach problems anymore. Stapes, come here. Come here, Stapes. Come here. That pretty good? Okay, let's share some with Malleus. Oh, hold on, Helga. Here you go, bud. That pretty good, huh? Okay, more for the kitty. Oh, Helga. So I'm starting with the 2 to 3% recommendation. So I went ahead and bagged up 6 pounds of food for every single day, which gives the cats and the dogs all an appropriate serving size. I'll monitor their weight and their health, and we'll go from there.